Don't go anywhere, we're going to have a quick word from one of our sponsors, Apax Lab. Elevate your coffee experience with Apax Lab mineral concentrates. Apax Lab's precision-engineered formulas, including tonic, jam, and lilac, are designed to enhance the coffee's natural flavors. Not going to change it, it's just going to enhance it. It's going to bring out the vibrant acidity, the rich sweetness, or if you use lilac, it might bring out those delicate floral notes that you've been looking for. Trusted by world-class cafes and even barista champions, Apax Lab helps you unlock your coffee's full potential. Discover more at apaxlab.com. Wait, where was that again, Sonam?
The internet.
Oh, okay. Thought he was going to say the website. Thanks. Today's episode is brought to you by our amazing sponsors at Eco Barista. The reason I sound like this is because they got massages at our stand at Mice, and so I'm getting a massage while recording this message for you. They're the best sponsor of the pod that we could have had. They have the best eco products. This probably sounds really pornographic, but it's not. I'm just getting a massage. They have the best eco-friendly coffee products. They got coffee bags that you can design yourself. They got cups, they got iced coffee cups. They got everything you need. So make sure to support them because they support us. Head to ecobarista.com.au and get 15% off your first purchase when you sign up. Oh, mama, that's good.
Whoa.
Wow.
Welcome to another coffee break, ladies and gentlemen. We are fresh out of the episode with Ziv. So many takeaways. That was an insane story. I think at multiple times we both looked at each other and we were just like, we had goosebumps from like such a success story, from developing hardware out of a garage all the way to CEOs and sharing moments. We could have kept talking for days.
Yeah, I mean, he was very good with moderating his time, and I really appreciate him sticking to the structure because I was happy to go down the rabbit hole with him. Look, I've known Ziv only for a little while on a professional level. I'm starting to become friends with him more and more, and I never actually heard that story. So it wasn't like, hey guys, we've got this amazing story, we want to put it on the pod. That was actually incidental, so we never knew about that. And Liam's 100% correct. I had goosebumps 2 or 3 times throughout that period, and just the idea of going out to dinner with KB in Florence, like what the hell?
Yeah. CEO of La Marzocco.
That's just
CEO.
CEO. He was the CEO there for a while. They've done it all. Done it all. Liam, what did you think? Like in terms of, we'll start with probably just the Wally and the production design first. What did you think of that?
Man, I think it's so cool because we got to see the Wally in action. That was kind of my first touch point. And then to have him come through just after Mice, it's the inception story, it's it brought me back to I envisioned like Robin Williams in Flubber, in the garage with all the crazy gadgets going on in the development. He's the Steve Jobs, era, just coming from just the innovation and it was truly inspiring, like hearing him like develop it and just his entire mindset. I really he kept on throwing, he's so humble. He kept on throwing his success onto just the right time, the people, all the things. And, obviously he had to break down. The takeaways, a really big one was patience. He sat with it, he had the idea and it was working. But the man has just he's got a bit of sparkle in
he's got the special sauce.
Man, doesn't matter. He's got the special sauce.
He 100% has it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And, like you're saying, the patience thing, he was 1 month away from slapping the failed sticker on this thing. 1 month away, and then he's got the fate of someone calling someone, and then gets to that moment. Like, wow. Yeah. I mean, congratulations to him to get that off the ground and to see it in effect all over the world and to see it in its final form and, influencing the lives of baristas and their workflow as well. Did you think with, I know I didn't really talk about it with him, and I suppose it's probably something I missed, was talking about new milk solutions now, but we didn't have time in the podcast. We've seen a lot of milk solutions now. And I'd love to get someone else on to talk about alternative aspects and alternative approaches like the Uber Milk and the Latte Art Factory, and just hear about what their journey's like and how they got to that point, because it is a different option. It's not the replicating the hand motion. It's, being steamed or being textured in machine and then being dispensed.
For sure. I think it's such a, we really saw that in Dubai, how filter coffee and espresso, milk is such an integral part of coffee here in Melbourne and here in Australia. And I think we forget that that's not the case everywhere. And it's just starting to spread further and further, and it's becoming more integral in the coffee experience overall. So it's like if you can guarantee silky, beautiful textured milk, one of the most integral ingredients to the coffee experience, it's like naturally that competition is going to grow. And we're going to see some insane development with AI and everything. Like even off camera, we were like chatting about like, what if you could do this with the Wally? And he's like, you can. It's like it's there, but it's out of my hands. And even hearing him let go of that. It's not in my hands anymore. It's like, wow.
Yeah, having the self-awareness to be like, I'm not one of those people that is going to be upset with this device going live without my hands on it anymore. And in that, obviously, the licensing agreement that's just what it is. But him having that self-awareness to let it go so that someone else could let it reach its potential, and then also not be jaded by it either. In terms of, could it be selling more? Could it be doing this? Could it be doing that? He's like, no, I've managed to let it go, and he's on to the next thing now. And I think when we started bridging between the hardware and into the software, you could really see how humble he was, and the way he spoke about beans and the way he spoke about his relationship and that conversation that he had with Jim and how they arrived at this communication, or they arrived at that point together. Like, oh no, maybe we need a subscription base for Breville to help people sell more, like, to help user error come out of the customer journey. You could tell 100% that Ziv had that loaded. Yeah. He's far too smart to say that. I mean, he's very humble to say that it was all Jim, but I reckon Breville's gotten very lucky to get Ziv in their ranks. That's for sure.
100%. I mean, yeah, like, just him starting out on like factory floors and like knowing complete mechanical engineer spec things from the ground up. He said that was actually the deciding factor. It wasn't necessarily the idea. The idea was golden for the Wally, for all these things, but it's his kind of like his actual processes and like his kind of wisdom from the nitty gritty that really got it over the line,
And you know what? Like halfway through that conversation, maybe not halfway through the conversation, halfway through the mediation with Ziv to get him on the podcast, I started thinking about, you know what? I'm going to put Liam on the spot because I know he's an ideas guy. Give me 3 inventions, Liam, that would help the coffee industry right now.
Coffee. Well, my one that I said before was like, so the Wally is designed to help the barista. It textures, it does the perfect technique to move the jug up and down to give you the thing. And I'm like, what if they were profiles of world champions all over? So you say we have the Wally milk, it's like, but then there's the Sasa Sestich frothed milk profile. So then you're getting the exact kind of.
Or you could get the Victor Vu, the latte art champion. That's
exactly.
Good. That's very good. I like that.
I love that.
Just to quickly interject, I reckon a milk pitcher with a scale integrated to it, kind of like the subscale, because I've noticed a lot of professional latte artists, they're weighing their milk before they steam. There's one for you.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You got another one for me? I love spitballing like coffee ideas.
Oh man, I don't know. There's too many. I feel like are we getting to the point that like, because being at Mice, you see all these like beautiful little compact things. Are we going to get to a point where we are putting green beans into a machine and it roasts, it goes full process? Like, how it's like freshly ground. What if it's freshly roasted to the point that it's roasted into grinding, into brewing?
Well, I mean, like
on the spot?
There's probably a chamber there where it ages it as well. So you get to the optimal to age, the aging, the impact is aged, but they're accelerated to get to that point for obviously the release of the gases. Wow, Liam, that's good. I'd love to see that. That'd be an amazing thing to see. Also, I think one of the things that we probably need to address here on the podcast is Rowan isn't here. He's had some great personal news in his life and he's taking some time off. So you do get stuck with me, unfortunately, but you still get Liam, thankfully. So he's going to keep it going. But I'm not here forever, guys, and I will just be a temporary host until we find our new host. Liam, how's the host hunting going?
The hunt is real. We're here. We're looking. It's exciting. It's actually an exciting space. I think, we've been growing for like the last year and having like such an adventure. So I think we've really set the stage for that seat to be filled with some fantastic, incredible human. Don't know if they've been on the pod already or if they're, that seat is going to be good. I don't know. We can't really drop any names right now. But,
no, never. You would never do that.
I think
I wouldn't want to influence the decision. But I think what we're looking for is someone that can enhance the pod, someone that can take it to the next level, someone that's, well connected. I'm not saying this is a job ad, not at all.
However, if you want to email us at hello@itsjustcoffeepod.com.
Please feel free to send through your resume. We're taking all hosts alike, so there's nothing stopping us out of that way.
What's the ultimate, who paint the picture? Who are we looking for?
I think anybody that's got a journalistic approach would be great. Someone that's not too tied to a commercial company, someone that could be more of a consultant, someone that's not too high up in the company either, so that they're influencing decisions within the company so that they might be tongue-tied when it comes to having opinions on certain things.
You still need someone who's been in the game.
I want someone who bleeds coffee, he's non-stop coffee. That's all they think about, and they've got amazing stories. And you know what? At the end of the day, this podcast is about telling amazing stories while giving you as much value as possible. I want someone that can extract that out of someone. I want to hear that amazing story that we just heard from Ziv. I'm sure there's more of those out there, and I'm sure they just haven't been told or been given the platform to be told. But hey, Liam, what have we got coming up next in the pipeline? We got a few different guests that we've got going, or
absolutely. I think it's an exciting time. I think we're, while Rowan's away, we should capitalize on that and just completely go rogue. He comes back and he's like, "What's going on here?" I want to entertain Ro while he's not here.
I want to speak to Ro through this.
Yeah, exactly.
Just mute all conversations with Rowan until he hears them via the pod, and then he messages me back.
We only do them live.
Rowan, I drank all your good wine. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. We have we're going to be approaching so many things from what is it? Just on a topic basis, we're going to be going through
we're hitting the C price next with Condesa. So that's going to be more about just covering what are the parameters that affect the C price and what is the current situation now. We're not going to give you any financial advice or anything like that. This is just a step-by-step, play-by-play, how to read the C price markets and what to look forward to or what to, plan for. And I think this is going to be a really helpful piece for anybody that's either a roaster or someone that's looking to get into roasting, contract roasting, and then anybody that's actually thinking about coffee as a profession, because you need to understand the commodity price of coffee is so volatile at the moment and there's so many different parameters. And if you can understand them all, then maybe you've got a better choice. You've got a better chance at making some money along the way. We've also got in the pipe, we've got Nathan Tolman coming in shortly. I think that Rowan has landed a big fish for a very exclusive pod, which I'm not going to talk about, but I'll talk about anyway. No, I'm not going to.
I was going to say.
No. We can't give that name away. But yeah, we've got a few other people coming in that are quite exciting. But if you want to hear these people, you need to vote for us. You need to vote for us as the best coffee podcast on the Sprudge website, please. Could you please go in there, give it a little type, put your details in, don't sign up for marketing, and then cast your vote, please.
Sprudgy Awards.
Yeah. It'd be great for us. It'd be a nice sort of validation after a year of hard work. It's been hard, but it's been fun and it's worthwhile. But the only way it's going to continue is with your support, with support of our sponsors. Thanks to Eco Barista. Thanks to Apex Lab as well, Simon. We love what you're doing on the competition stage as well. And Liam, you know what? We kind of missed the AeroPress this week, didn't we?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So next week, we have to do the first AeroPress. We're calling it. It's officially happening. I'm going to get on the World AeroPress website and find out the earliest registered World Championship recipe, and you're doing it.
Yeah,
we've got a couple of great coffees in the pipe for that as well. I think we might even. What are we starting off with? Do you think maybe a little geisha or something? Just kick off strong
over the shoulder. Yeah, let's start really low, just with a beautiful geisha variety.
I don't know if that maybe impacts. Maybe we have to go with a basic coffee that we're going to have every week so that we can actually understand the recipes. Nah. That's not what we're like. We're not like that at all. Hey, I know we didn't get to put any extra hot takes in that chat with Ziv because it was just such an in-depth conversation. Any extra hot takes, Liam, kicking around?
Oh, hot takes on my end. No, I know you have one locked and loaded.
I have one locked and loaded, but I think I'm going to save it up. I'm going to save it up because I think, I'm going to save it up. I'm going to make everyone wait one more episode to hear it because it needs to be at the right time, I think. But yeah, look, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for everyone, all the kind messages. I know it was a weird situation posting the breakup video on April Fool's Day, but hey, we got you. And you know what? We still wish Kirk all the best in all his endeavors, and we're sure that he's going to kick ass. And there's so many stories and so many avenues to attack coffee from. So we think it's only better for the industry, and that's what we're here for at the end of the day.
For sure. Exciting times ahead. You know, he'll still be a little satellite in our community, and
He'll always be in our orbit.
100%.
Cool. All right. Until next time.
Yeah.
Speak soon. And it's just coffee.